Hello, everybody. This is Clara. I'm going to present this data-centric infrastructure functional architecture overview on behalf of the work item leaders and all the contributing members. Okay, so from the overall system architecture perspective, so the IOWN Global Forum system aims at developing open and disaggregated computing and communication infrastructure with high flexibility, scalability, configurability, and efficiency. So from the for the overall system, it is comprised by mainly 3 physical components. One is the DCI cluster, which is the computing infrastructure. The other is the open APN, which is the optical network that connecting the computing infrastructures. And also there's a actual network, which is a non-optical part of the interconnect. So besides these physical components, so built on top of these physical components, the IOWN system allows the formation of logical components on top. So there is a logical service node, which is the dedicated computing nodes for different computing tasks and workloads. And there is another functional dedicated network, which is a logical network with for dedicated QoS and specific types of communication purpose. And in order to manage the whole system, there is infrastructure control and management functions like the infrastructure operator, the LSN manager, and the FDN controller. So overall, the system is a communication computing infrastructure, and on top, we allow the formation of logical components for various use cases and applications. So let's look at the DCI part. So for DCI, the basic building block of a DCI is a DCI cluster. And each of the DCI cluster is comprised by multiple DCI nodes. And each of the DCI node is comprised by disaggregated computing devices with various types and the intranode interconnect, which connects the different computing devices. So across the different DCI nodes, there is an intranode interconnect, which provide high-speed interconnect for the different DCI nodes. So there are 2 main features of the DCI. So one is it provides the infrastructure as a service. So meaning that the DCI system is providing a pool of computing resources, and on top of these resource pools, we can instantiate different logical service node, and so that the infrastructure is providing service to the tenant platforms. And another feature of the DCI system is it's designed to optimize data movement and processing, because we know that data movement is always costly, and quite often a system is IO bounded, not computing bounded. So we need to design the system with optimized data movement, and to streamline the data processing, and to be able to feed the data for computing. So this is also why we call it a data-centric infrastructure. It's the infrastructure is designed to optimize for data movement. So then there is a lot of effort developed to optimize the data flow, and here we call it data plane acceleration. The goal is to optimize intra-cluster and inter-node data movement by enabling direct memory access and minimize data copies. So for this purpose, there is a set of technology developed to enable high bandwidth and co-sensitive data flow among heterogeneous computing and network modules. For example, for the intra-node interconnect, we are leveraging for the CXL to allow direct memory and cache access. And for the inter-node interconnect, we are leveraging, for example, RDMA to enable direct memory access. And there is also reference implementation module, the models developed for reconfigurable high-speed interconnect and shared memory. And we develop a framework of the accelerating data flow over the wide area network. From the infrastructure as a service perspective, the goal is to enable the computing communication infrastructure that IOWN GF Forum is building. Based on that, to provide dedicated computing services for different tenant platforms. So for this purpose, the system is building a control and management plan function to manage the infrastructure, and as well as to have mechanisms to launch the logical service node on top of the infrastructure and expose service APIs for tenant platform to use. So the DCI system provides the mechanisms for LSN creation, configuration, release, resolve, pipelining and training, and status monitoring. And it also provides APIs for the tenant platform to use the infrastructure service that the system provides. So the DCI system is one of the fundamental building block for IOWN GF system, GF Forum system. And as you may hear from yesterday's presentations, that many of the other work items in the forum leverage the DCI platform to enable different types of dedicated use cases and workloads. So here I'm showing two examples. One is the area management, where the DCI is providing the fundamental communication computing infrastructure for LSNs of, for example, ingress network ingress function and data aggregation function, data hub function, for the purpose of area management use case. And there is another example here is the virtualized run system, where the DCI is providing the underlying communication computing infrastructure, and on top, the LSNs can be formed to host the virtual DUs and virtual CUs. So those are two examples that the IOWN GF Forum has been working, and moving forward, there will be more use cases and more examples to be developed based on DCI. And as a next step, the team is working on developing a few POC cases, and we are looking forward to members' contribution there. Okay, I think that's all for the DCI part of the debrief.